everything for mahala nekupasa chikoro ikoko padhara vamwe ndivo vayaka vanotitonyora nyika yofa takatarisa ndobvunza how far corruption.
Hello and welcome to Chibhubhubhu, a show highlighting issues on public finance in Zimbabwe. This program is brought to you by ZIMCODD.
Selamukela kuhlelo elilulethelwa yiZIMCODD oluthiwa yiSibhubhubhu. Uhlelo lolu lucubungula njalo lufundisa ngeze financial management.
Welcome siyalamukela enkundleni ye-Giant National Social Stadium. This is the Social and Economic Justice League. Namhlanje sile citizens, team citizens. They are in a non-nonsense mood today. They are here for it all. Their participation in the national local budgeting process is in question. And they are playing against team ministry, the Ministry of Finance. Valama answers to give here. It all points to a cracker of a match, mouth-watering encounter ahead of us. The citizens are coming from a spurt of near misses in the previous league matches, but now they have a voice through their technical acumen, the Open Budget Survey Report 2020. The citizens in their white and orange striped jerseys troop into the field of play, and team finance in all red are warming and ready to go for the kill. Mhlawumbe baye thusela, they are already thinking they've got this one in the bag. Kahle they know and how to frustrate Dr.
Yes, the two teams now out there warming up on the turf. You can see Team Vanhu, the team citizens. They have got a very strong side today, but of particular interest in that team. Chorus in goal, the community monitoring agent in goal, making sure that they safeguard their match and their points today. And also you've got in the park sages, social economic justice activists who see that 3 men midfield there. You see how they can put and apply pressure. And also in the opposing end, the Ministry of Finance, you can see that the local councils, the parliamentary committee budget on finance, economic planning is there, that committee, to make sure that they also put pressure on team citizens. But it seems already, even before the match starts, Sky so that citizens are really clear on the referee. There is no match referee here. The match commissioner will VAR be used. Wow. It's quite clear to say that the least they should have done was to give them the pre-budget policy documents before the match. Actually, surely without this, the match becomes null and void. It becomes a mere formality scarf. And as you can see, it's another way of spending funds for the fun of it. You say you have a match, the match is inadequately prepared. No one is prepared for the match, and there you see the Ministry of Finance releasing the budget into paper at the last minute. They are saying there is the referee. The officiating already compromised scarf.
Yasuka yahlale yakhaleka nompembe yaqala ibhola. Abafana be-Ministry of Finance balithatha ibhola, pushing it within intent here Tokufikela. For the people with an upper hand already, they know their way around. In their defense delay, the NDS policy paper is their mainstay, and already balamadlakuzane for this match. The citizens are all over the show trying to stamp their presence and their role in the whole process, but with much difficulty. Bafuna ukuzwakala kodwa bazimhlophe ukuze akusoze kube lula. The citizens had little time to prepare their opponent, and you can see here the multiple page budget strategy paper libabonisa inkanyezi emini engaka Tokufikela.
It is sort of expected there when the match is imposed upon you without preparation, it tends to go like this. You can see the apparent confusion in the citizens' half. An impression forming rather than consulting from the team finance, but the citizens are adamant here. Their hordes of fans are shouting in the terraces. Listen, not chorus, the decorum, the Titanic relation. Listen. Indonezayo, Siaizolda, Indonezayo, Siaizolda. They are not being given enough time before this quarter matches to give meaningful contributions, so what a travesty.
From the play, you can tell that 92% of the citizens, of the team citizens, have no idea of the Ministry of Local Government Budget Guidelines. Is now the ball taken by team finance, trying to win it early. You wonder the rush, but let's wait and find out. The ball now with the local councils. They are creating something here, Dr. Vikela. They have a man come from the blind side there who swings a low cross, a hard and low, and catches Citizens flat-footed, but Chorus in a goal for the Citizens, deflect it out for a corner kick. The pressure is getting real here. The corner comes up, and the header. That one is for the Birds.
This match is more of where two blind people have collided, you can say. I mean, Team Finance is not the best of teams out there, but they capitalize catching their opponents on the break. Flat-footed. Theirs is not a fair game per se, but it's a game of winning and on their terms. Even if you can see the referee feels otherwise, they do not care. Whether the public have knowledge of the local and national government budgeting processes, to them, it's of no consequence. As such, the notion of demanding accountability remains elusive. And the respondents, the surveys that have ventured in that direction, it's stories to tell of the battle of attrition in the local council being passed. You can see there from pillar to pillar, from post to post, requesting copies of the budgets and Skanyiso. Minutes from budget construction meetings are not being availed. Skanyiso.
Abafana babantu, the team of the people, team yabantu are now pushing engagement with the local authorities on budget-related issues outside the window of public hearings. But the avenue is firmly closed. It's a firmly closed door, Dr. Vikela. Kabafuni muntu, kuvalwe ngci mhlobo wami. In their defense for failing to reach out to citizens with the budget information, the local authorities indicated that there is lack of resources to buy advertising space in newspapers. And now it's prohibited, and they have resorted to printing of copies for a small fee and directing the citizens to their website. The practice by council that contravenes the law that requires local authority budgets to be published in the press. Dirty tactics, Dr. Vikela. Kwele at its best. Dirty tactics, Galo. It's an excuse after an excuse. This is limited understanding of the process, and limited access to information has contributed to the creation of fertile ground for ukungathembani between local authority or government and the citizens. The mistrust ukungathembani has resulted in the citizens ukuthanda ukubuza with sincerity and commitment of the local authorities to a genuine budget, Dr. Vikela, to a genuine budget consultations. As we see here, the match here has been brought to a halt with the midfielder, the general of the citizens, Seja, is protesting furiously the fair decision and calls against them. We are Umdala Utino. We are.
Like I said from the beginning, Seja, social and economic justice activists today, playing a critical role in the midfield, trying to make sure that there are no loopholes, plugging every avenue that the Minister of Finance team might want to penetrate with. And now we see how the referee is biased towards the Minister of Finance. And there is limited understanding of the process, so limited access to information is conduct to the creation of fertile ground of mistrust, bringing the two, the authorities and government and the citizens. The mistrust has started the citizens questioning the sincerity and commitment of local authorities to genuine budget consultations. As we see, the match has been brought to a halt with the Minister General in Seja protesting and saying the match is not going to go ahead. With these unfair decisions, let's go against them. It's a statement.
It's a drape affair by all our standards. Okay, there is no clear strategy for our teams omabili. Though one can tell that if the two citizens push hard enough, they can get a goal here or two. La Sura La Shala as the referee restarts the match, and the ball is taken back to Chorus. Olitata Waliti long ball into the midfield to find his Mfanaka Sejas with a nice ball controlling Mfanueli Gbini Boralo and an authoritative shielding. He is moving. It seems like his teammates abasafuni kudlala laye. They are not even ready ulikhabi borana namhlanje. He runs wagijima nge-touchline lapho to a sea of opposition wabadla bonke. The parliamentary committee on the budget, finance and economic development disposes him. He pushes the ball. It gives it to the Minister of Finance representatives. Wadla wani walihlalisa esifubeni. Well, the ball is put nicely right there, much to the joy of our spectators. But Mfanueli Dalibora, articulate, loud sounding, nothing back of skill there. The ball trick is into a touchline for a throw in, Dr. Vikela. Akaphefumula umfana ugijima isikhathi eside.
Poor play there by the ministry, and this leads to poor understanding of the issues here. Because the use of jargon, the unnecessary jargon, and the perception that participating in the process is a waste of time because the process is lip service as they have used are not taken into account. Considering the fact that the budget consultations have been labeled as hostile spaces dominated by male politicians, including those that would have lost elections, and there's need for safe spaces for our farmers, for women, for young people, and other vulnerable groups to ensure that they effectively and meaningfully participate in the constitutions as the game continues skype.
Yes, liqiniso lelo. Meaningful participation is a prerequisite. Ungakaqali konke kufuze ube kwazi ukuthi uparticipate kanjani. Sihle sisivale isilungu nxa sokuthiwa meaningful participation is a prerequisite khonapho. Now the finance ministry pushes the ball for a break here, pushes it to the portfolio lithatha laphana, back to the goalkeeper bafana badlala besiyemuva, who is doing a delay tactics with the ball right there. Instances like this, we have seen a yellow card puma ushered, and it seemed like the ref has forgotten his cards at home. Oh, as they put it, they are still in the print. And yet the game is allowed to go on. The game is still deadlock. There is movement on the bench. Both sides bafuna ukuthi bake bajinja something. They need to inject some fresh legs, some fresh ideas like real-time measures and mechanisms to facilitate for public participation here in the pre-budget consultations. Unompembe lapha usekhangela isikhathi sakhe. He puts an end to the dread and dull of a first half. Abafana bayenatha amanzi, bashaye ngama-orange, bashaye ngumoya, balungiselele second half ngoba lapha kunzima tokufikela.
I tell you, with how this match is so treble, the players from both teams deserve to be given salt and sugar solution because they really need to really juice up and because as you can see this first half, Team Yabantu and the Citizens, they were good at absorbing pressure. In the middle of the field, Amaseja, the three-man midfield, the diamond midfield, they made sure that they sit back, they absorb pressure, and when it mattered most going forward, they lose possession. And then the Minister of Finance itself, they are bullish. They don't care. They will tell you that it's a throw-in, but they won't even disregard that. They will know that there's need for the referee to use yellow cards, but they make sure that the yellow cards are not there because it's all confusing, but it's kind of so. This first half is the worst that I've seen in the league thus far.
Oh yes. Abantu bakhona ngani kabalasifiso sokuzodlala ibhola yini. Abantu laba ngani kabakwazi ukuthi kumele badlale ibhola. And indlela futhi abadistribute ngale ibhola usuzibonile la ukuthi akula coordination kabazwanani bona kodwa beyiteam team yabantu. What more nxa sokubuya iopposition lina lodwa lingakwanisa ukuthi lisebenze lilonke. So I think for the second half kumele bahambe ku-dressing room ngale bake bayitshintsha and bantshintshe le team futhi babone ukuthi ama-strategy amatsha yiwaphi angangena and yiwaphi futhi angasebenza for this game ngoba lapha babone umntutu. Yes please.
Sifuna ukuthi team yabantu to score at least to save the base. Now we cross over back to the studio for halftime.
Welcome back to the second half of Welapesdala Kona le team Yabantu versus the Minister of Finance Doc Fikela. After a first half to forget for both sides, ngobochom laba we welcome them from first half and labatebe kudlala it's nothing that we want to talk about for the second half. Are we going to have a winner namhlanje kumbeni sizahamba labo bonke belama points abafana nayo, or we are going to cast this thing in stone? Let's wait and find out as the two teams emerge from the pitch.
I mean, you can see of particular interest is the goalkeeper for the Citizens, Team Yabantu, the chorus. You can feel that he has been brilliant all afternoon, such brilliant agility, concentration, following up on mobilization, allocation, and distribution of our resources, Lapana. But most importantly, identification of leakages and bottlenecks in the flow of financial resources has been the mainstay why the match is still a new. And also, this has been of great help to the game because the Citizens has witnessed in the first half through flagging of abuse and mismanagement. Even in circumstances they looked hopeless, kudos to that. The goalkeeper has really kept the Citizens in the image, Skanso.
Kudos to that, kudos to that Dr. Fugela Spachayeli Mhlombe. The public committee pushes the ball upfield which finds no takers there and it trickles out for a throw in. The citizens are now firmed up, looking for a purposeful. They take the ball away. Wali push Chomolana, Wali Sakuseja, Oda one and Seja flies and a dangerous crossing to the box and finds no taker again. These low-level citizens, participation in the budget process mirror a low level of membership in these residents association in Kenya. These states show that a correlation between membership of residents association and participation in the pre-budget consultations. About 86% of the respondents that were not members of the residents association stated that they had not participated in any budgetary planning processes. This is a strong correlation, therefore, could point to a more general issue of our citizens from the democratic spaces rather than a specific issue of citizens not engaging in the open budget processes, Dr. Fugela. The citizens, therefore, need to pull up their socks. You can't be missing such a clear goal scoring chances. Lizazeli winning in sure.
Precisely, there we see even the citizens are trying to come here with a nice build-up, quick 1-2-1-2. They push the ball to center back to goal. But you see that there's too much dependence on the chorus. You see, there's too much dependence there. Only if the ball could move forward. Now the ball, they go on to the restart again. A quick glance at the stats show that the participation in budget processes appear to be mostly very low. At council level, you're looking at 11.2% there, and at ward level, you're looking at 8.0% than at national level. Showing signals of distress in the sky.
Ushubone nge-ball possession yabo ukuthi akula lapha abakudlalayo. That points to transparency and accountability measures by assessing the public's access to the information and involvement on how the central and local government raised and spent public resources, measured through availability, a timeless comprehensiveness of the key budget documents. The match is now slow paced. The finance ministry is very predictable and is predicted to win, but will they? Yes, they push for a winner, but the citizens counter that. But Vimba Bafana is turning into a ding-dong affair. Team 1 yalithatha ibora, team yabantu ilihamse phambili, iphinde iliphendukise emuva, balibisele phambili, baliphendukise emuva with no results athabisayo at the end of it all.
The swinging of a pendulum back and forth, you get the feeling that the citizens feel that they're not receiving adequate feedback from their respective local authorities on government programs in their areas. Even now the match, it's more of a grab affair, like you said earlier on, that there's a bearing on the match, so you begin to feel like there's too much sabotage. The citizens cannot express themselves here. Every time they try to get on the ball, there's something that is stopping them. Every time they try to get the ball, the referee blows his whistle. Every time they get the ball, something happens. It's like a ding-dong, like you said. Nothing clear that the citizens can grab and run with all the way to the back.
If you are joining us here with the National Social Stadium here, lapho esililethela khona i-team yabantu edlala khona labanye abantu singasabazi lapha. Back to the Minister of Finance here. Minister of Finance idlala le team yabantu, and still the scoreline is 0-0. The citizens here are trying to work something out here. Bayazama bagithi, bayazama bafana. They are pushing the ball forward. Maybe there is something for them here in light of any blind deviations in implementation of the budget from the. These citizens are trying to work something out here. Bayazama bagiti. They are pushing the ball forward. Maybe there is something for them here in light of any deviations in implementation of the budget from the plant. Citizens will not do nothing or anything at all. Or can they? Or will they? Or should they? Let's wait and find out. Their performance today is a far cry of what they can do. They have submitted to the conclusion that they have no power. They have power to submit to the conclusion, power to submit to the influence outcomes. The council or national government already has plans in place. All local individual voices did not matter. So the game trudges on with no real firepower in their attacks, Dr. Vikela.
I tell you here, Skaniso, we might be broadcasting to all the corners of the nation here. They might be in Sakuba, they might be in Jocholo, wherever they are. This situation on the ground is still new here. There is no real room to maneuver. You can feel both teams are trying. The Minister of Finance is not dedicated to win, but they're just there to throw bottles and throw spanners in the work, in the path of the citizens here. And the majority of the people that have been interviewed, like prelude to this match, have reported that the adverse audit reports on public institutions, especially by the Auditor General's office in Zimbabwe, has damaged their reputation and eroded public trust. That's why you see the citizens are not really engaging in attacks so much, because they don't trust the opposition. They don't trust. Because if 30% trust the opposition, that should make you worry. You're going to a match where you already feel like you're going to trust. This is why we have this here, and you can see that auditing the results, it's here and there, it's kind of
Oh, the game now winds into the twilight. We see the technical teams trying to spur their teams to snatch the winner. Ground. The ball is pushed upfield by portfolio committee. The local authorities. Who pushes the ball to upfield for any takers. But again, the citizen is uninspired here. They lack the motivation to participate. Their lack of drive stems from the fact that interviews with local officials in the government, in parastatals, in local authorities reveal that they do not publish internal audit reports that are generated by the internal audit function for local authorities. Government ministries and parastatals deemed confidential information and are therefore not shared with the public. Team ministry.
I tell you, Skanyiso, I've commented so many soccer match, not a match like this, where you feel like every time you go into that drift, where you're expecting the citizen to attack, but then there's something that is holding them back, and it's because they don't have adequate preparation. Before the match also, I heard that their stadium was actually locked for them to train. You can even feel that they are beginning to tire, as it were. But what we've witnessed here is all due to great disparity in interviews with the civil society organizations, councillors and members of parliament. Now with revealed a big gap in audit reporting implementation, which remains very, very acutely low. The reasons given by the Minister of Finance and the interviewers themselves are lack of interest for audit report, absence of integrated effort and implementing efforts, weakness in follow-up, delay in audit report presentation to audited entities, and lack of management support and concern in the auditor's opinion. But there we see the citizens there trying to really come up with something.
And that kept the day. This has been the worst game of the season. I mean, one of very, very unprofessional and disorganized matches in the history of the game. The referee Unompembo esekhangela isikhathi sakhe lapha, even yena ngokwakhe kasafuni ukuthi match le iqhubekele phambili. On the part of the national government, this strategy pre-budget policy document should be prepared early and made available and accessible to the public in line with the budget calendar in order to allow sufficient time for pre-budget consultations. There is need to strengthen oversight institutions for effective monitoring of the budgets. This entails capacity building of parliament, including the parliament budget office, for effective monitoring of executive organs in the implementation of budgets through ensuring compliance with budget expenditure.
I tell you, who's lapana. Our citizens, they are really trying, but we are looking at a situation where there is need to develop a capacity and guarantee the independence of the internal audit in order to improve internal control systems within, risk management, strengthen institutional governance, accountability to ensure compliance is up to standard. With that having been done, I tell you, these matches will flow, and then we can have an outright winner, where we know that the Ministry of Finance is doing things wholeheartedly. they are not doing things to just do them for the sake of doing them.
Yes, Tokufikela. Ama systems and ama mechanisms kumele aqiniswe ukuze simonitor the implementation lokho sizakuthola and lama recommendations of the auditors general reports. This may be achieved through establishing ama compliance committees in the ministries lakuma parastatals kanjalo nje lakuma local authorities. There is need to develop the capacity and guarantee the independence of internal audit in order to improve internal control systems, risk management, strengthening institutional governance and accountability, and ensure institutional compliance with standard practices and procedures. Our publications of internal audit, internal audit reports, kumele kube ngama fundamentals ukuze baqinise public confidence ukuthembana public the government.
Yes, we will precisely push there. As we see now, Team Yabantu trying to come and to make something here. They are pushing the ball here with chorus. It makes a long ball to Sages. That is the social economic justice activist. Now he beats one man, beats two men, he pushes the ball forward now, but we see the local authorities are there with the blockade. They are trying to bring, to win the game here in the twilight of the match, but you can see the Minister of Finance now, they push the ball around now. The Parliament Committee pushes to beat one man, beats two men, he pushes the ball to local authorities, but now the ball is trickles into touch for a throw in. But I tell you, there's one thing I've noted here, so that local authorities need to have efficient generation and dissemination of the budget performance reports, right? They need to ensure accessibility of budget guidelines. They need to capacitate our councillors if anything is going to happen. Our local authorities need to strengthen the frameworks and mechanisms for participation. Things will start to move and this game will be opened up. It's about opening up the game.
Uyababona napa lapha abeteam yabantu balithatha ibhola from the defense Tokufikela walipusha into the midfield walidla wadla one walibisele emuva sebedlala ungani ibhola igame ngeyabo Tokufikela bakhangele sebedinwe badiniwe balipusha ibhola yeni lapho sebesikhuluma siqinisile sithi the PFMA and the Urban Councils Act should be aligned to the constitution so that kumele ba streamline the gender in order to ensure effective ukuphathisana of abesifazane in various phases of the budget cycle. Njalo futhi there is need for ama systems and ama mechanisms of promoting ama citizens to participation, particularly in the participation of abesifazane abasakhulayo and lama PWs in the budget cycle, including in the times of calamities njengamanje sile pandemic COVID. This should include the choice of relevant information dissemination in all platforms. Abantu kabaphiwe information ekwanileyo, abantu kabathole information yonke, kungabi le ndawo lapho okuba selective khona ukuthi abantu bazathola information lapha. Information should be accessible by the general public. Uzulu wonke nje uzakwanise ukuthola information. Creating safe spaces for participation kanjalo futhi ukuthi abantu basebenzisane bebodwa bakwanise uachieve ama goals abo, ne strategic choice of venues, times for meetings, as well as use of ama sign language kulabantu abangazwayo, kulabantu abangaboniyo. Bonke lokho kufuze siku include uma sibuya sizoconsulta uZulu.
I tell you here now we see Team Yabantu, they are tracking now with the ball there. They push the ball up there, there is Seja, we are tinga mfana lapana, urechu muntu 1, urechu muntu 2, upuche the chorus there, chorus push a long go up there. Now we see the Seja's beating one man, they are coming, the citizens are coming here, they hear Seja!
What is this?
It keeps the day, Skaniso. It kept the day. That's when you look even at how civic society is even supporting and making sure that the citizens, their match is not frustrated. Because we are gonna, civil society organizations should build synergies with strategic partners for capacity building. And look, the changing political context require a paradigm shift in resident association towards strategic engagement through research and evidence-based approaches. Now, as we see now, the Minister of Finance, they are pushing the ball here. They are moving the ball with the local authorities. Now, beat one man, two men. They are pushing the ball to the center to the Minister of Finance level. They are moving here in the last minute. They want to be like Manchester United, attacking at the dead. Now, the ball comes here at the center. Beat one man, two men, three men with the center here. Over the bar. Oh, my word, my word. It was an offside position, but the referee was not having none of that. And it goes up for an offside. I tell you, Skanso, Wrestling Association should play a leading role in mobilizing Zama citizens for active participation in budget consultation and review meetings. The mobilization should be targeted in raising awareness among Zama citizens about their right to participate, as well as to demand accountability and transparency of public institutions, Skanso.
Oh yes, thank you so much, Dr. Figela. Thank you so much. And here we are with the referee blowing to end the match for today. And as it all started, that's how it's going to end. Team Yabantu nil and the Ministry of Finance nil. Bonke mujikilo banga ahula obefuna ukuba yiwina yanamhlanje. Bonke ngabantu abakhanyangane ba confused kabafuni ukuwina. Dr. Figela, what do you think about abantu who come to a game bengekho this prepared? It shows ukuthi ocoach bebengazange bahlale phansi bakhangela ama teams abo njalo futhi we can't start singela referee. Unompembe uyafunakala ukuthi game.
What is of particular interest? Look at what happening right now in the field of play. We just ended. Look at the Ministry of Finance players. They are in tribulation. The point for them suffices because their end game is unachieved. But look at the citizens. They're crying because they know they're on the bottom of the log. They need to get up there because relegation is looming. But now the issue is, look at how the Ministry of Finance puts the NTS, the National Public Strategy, delays in finishing covering that being published as the reason why they could not provide the necessary documents for the match to start at an equal and equilibrium. But now, as you have said, the citizens needed to have strategies that work. The technical team needs to prepare in full, and even the citizens themselves, they need to also come to the party. Ever vested as ever, pushing the ministry to the edge. But that's a story for another day.
And team yabantu iyesaba to participate in such games. Kabakwazi ukuthi baleseja ma social and economic justice agency labo abakhangela justice in general ukuthi so nxa citizen, if a citizen eZimbabwe ungesabi participate, join abantu laba, join in this budget reforms, in these budget consultations. Umuntu akabuye and ilizwi lakho lizwakale impact.
Precisely saying that we need these sages, we need everyone to be hitting the core to join up. This midfield was the best that I've seen. Like by far, the social economic justice activists, men of the match. Because you could see the way he was marshalling that midfield, the way that he was blocking and blocking those walls in the midfield, it was second to none. So if the citizens can hit the core of becoming community monitoring agents, Amakoras, they are there now, they make sure that everything is well and it's premised to achieve the end result and the goal, and then the game flows. And who knows, Team Yabantu might go to win the league this season.
Ukuze sibele scoreline ebesi 0-0 sichayela amahlombe ichorus because ujengisela ukuthi bebevala emuva kakhulu. And at the same time stand kukhangela local council ibizama layo for team finance, but bekule mboko lapha ade sikwanisa khona ukuthi sibone ama citizens esiba le chance yokuthi akwanise ukufika eduze lama local councils babonisane sikwanise ukuqhubekela phambili ngeke. Thank you so much, Dr. Figela.
Precisely said. I think this leaves us to trip away. This was a trip. It was a trip away, I tell you, Sky. So it leaves us to trip away to the studio. But we know that wherever you are listening, we are going to cross over to the studio where our DJ Yolanda for today is going to give you, after our match, the love lounge as usual. So there's something to smile about. Yes, from us at the stadium, bye-bye for now.
There is nothing for mahala nekupasa chikoro ikoko badara amwe ndivo vayaka vanotitonyora nyika yofa takatarisa ndobvunza how far. Corruption, too much corruption in the society.